Welcome to Atlanta where the players play. Welcome to Atlanta where the players play. And we ride on the bags like every day. Big beats, hit streets, see gangsters roaming. And money don't stop till 8 in the morning.
May I have your attention, please?
Hello and welcome to the first episode of the SportingATL podcast. This is something that we've been talking about doing for a while now, and the opportunity came up for us to speak to a guy whose name will be called Thursday night in the first round of the NFL draft, possibly by your Atlanta Falcons. I apologize for the poor sound quality, and I do have a confession to make up front. I'm no audio engineer, and apparently I forgot to press record for the first 3 minutes of the interview. You live and you learn, I guess. But we did manage to salvage about 10 minutes with a guy who could really bolster the Falcons' pass rush if he drops to number 8 on Thursday. Enjoy.
And now, former Clemson Tiger and future first-round pick in this week's NFL Draft, Vic Beasley.
When he first came to Clemson, you were slotted to play either tight end or safety, if I remember correctly. But you became quickly a fixture on the defensive side of the ball for the Tigers. What did you think about the transition to pass rusher, and how did you excel at that position so quickly?
I was like, because I played linebacker before. I played in high school, and I was like, early in my career, it should be pretty fun to transition to the defensive side of the ball. And I was fine with it, so I moved to linebacker, and I did well there, and then ended up moving to defensive end, and kind of stayed there because I felt like I was at home there.
So now that you start this next chapter in your life going to the NFL, what are you going to miss most about playing college football?
I think it's just the relationships and just the campus atmosphere. I really enjoyed that, and just being around Clemson, it's like a family. There was great students there. We all played together, even classmates, people that weren't even a part of us for the sports team. It's just like a big old family, so I think that'll be the most thing that I miss about it.
So looking forward to the draft, last season you decided to return for your final year of eligibility at Clemson, which looks like it's paid off. Your draft stocks went up. It looks like you may become a top 10 pick. Was this an easy decision for you? And, what went into that choice of coming back for one more year?
Oh, it was an easy decision. It was quite a tough decision. I think the biggest reason for me coming back was wanting to get my degree. On the set a standard for my nephews and just other people in my family that I know look up to me.
So what are your plans for the draft on Thursday? You're going to be in Chicago, I assume. Are you bringing anybody with you? Is Dabo Sweeney going to be there with you?
Yeah, Coach Sweeney, he'll be coming up. I have my parents and brothers and a couple of my nephews that'll be there with me also.
Awesome. And a lot of people are looking at you, for a number of different things, and you've been called, a hybrid edge rusher. So you could play defensive end or outside linebacker at the next level. What are people telling you about what you're going to play? And if you end up at defensive end, do you think you need to put on any weight or, change anything to play one of the two positions? Do you need to work on dropping back in coverage if you're going to play linebacker?
No, I don't think that's too big of a deal from meeting with teams and discussing the possibilities of me playing in a very 4-4-2 defense. So whatever team that picks me up, I'll just have to adapt to whether they run the 4-3 or whether they run a 3-4.
So who is looking at you the most? 4-3 teams or 3-4 guys or what?
It's kind of split right now. A lot of teams in the top 10 that's 3-4 and some that are 4-3. And if I was a ball, there's the other teams that are 4-4-2. Whichever team picks me up, I just have to stand.
Which NFL player reminds you the most of yourself, and who have you heard comparisons about?
I heard comparisons about Thurman and a lot of comparisons about Von Miller.
Yeah, I saw that Von Miller comparison the other day on ESPN Sports Science when you were on. That had to have been a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, but I really enjoyed being out there and to actually go through that Sports Science deal instead of actually watching on TV.
So with things like that coming your way, being on Sports Science, and you're about to, have a lot of microphones in your face all week when you're in Chicago, is that coming at you really fast? Are you learning? Are you being coached on, how to deal with the media? I'm sure it's got to be a lot different than what you saw in Death Valley and certainly at Adairsville High School.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, you got to enjoy it all. I mean, remain humble and just be yourself. It's still some of the same questions. It's still the media. So they're going to ask the questions, and you got to respond politely and just do your job.
So with that, what's the best piece of advice you've gotten leading up to the draft?
Many people just tell me to remain humble, because whenever you go to the next level, try to be the hype guy, be this guy, be route guy, you usually don't perform well, you don't do well. So you gotta just remain yourself. And I'm a humble guy, so I try to just continue to be myself. That's the fact about going in space.
So when I first heard of you, I graduated high school, as you came into high school, and when I heard about you, it was for basketball. And everybody was talking about Vic Beasley, the basketball player, and I remember seeing the YouTube video of you breaking the backboard in practice. When you went to college, did you have to, make a choice about which sports you played? Did you entertain the idea of playing basketball, and do you think you could have played at Clemson?
Yeah, basketball was my first love. I wanted to play basketball so bad. But it's kind of some stuff that altercations went down in high school when I played my senior year, and I just focused on football. And here I am now, so it's kind of paid off for me.
Yeah, it seems to have definitely been a good decision. I think you played baseball too, right? You still remember how to throw the ball? Because what?
No, I didn't play baseball. I just did basketball, football, and track.
Oh, okay. I thought you had played baseball one year. You remember how to throw a ball? Because next week, whoever gets you is going to trot you out to a Major League Baseball game and have you throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, I know. That should be pretty fun, though.
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
Hopefully I won't throw into the stands.
Yeah, let's hope not. So I saw recently where Adairsville High School retired your number. Not a lot of 22-year-olds have had their numbers retired at any level of football. How cool is that?
Oh, that's pretty cool. It was a great experience. Just blessed, man. Just blessed to be in the position that I'm in. So
going back to your college career, I went to Georgia Tech, so I got to see you play a lot against Georgia Tech. What was it like to play against that option offense? And now that you're gone, you can go ahead and say, was it annoying? Did you, hate the low blocks and the fact that you didn't get to, rush the passer as much as you would against normal offenses?
Yeah, I played against that in high school, and it was tough to stop in high school. So I know when we was prepping for it in college, this is going to be a tough task because you never know where the ball is going. And if one person messes up on the job, he can blow the whole assignment. They can go for 80 on you. So, I definitely did not like that offense, but it works for them. So, it works if I stop it.
A lot of people, including me, think the Falcons should, really consider taking you with the first pick, the number 8 overall pick. Would that be a dream come true for you, or do you maybe want to get away from home so you don't have the people hounding you for tickets every week and that kind of thing?
Nah, man, I could care less about that, man. I was a group of Falcons fans. That'd be a dream come true. Just been there to play in the Georgia Dome. And I know they're building a new stadium, so that'd be pretty cool, too.
Right. So what's the main thing you had to work on to get ready for the draft? What was your biggest weakness that you had to, get better at before the draft?
Football-wise, I really haven't been in, no football atmosphere. I just been training for the combine. And all I did was, try to show scouts that I could drop the coverage. Because a lot of people want to drop the coverage, so that's probably the biggest thing that everybody wants to do.
Who was the toughest offensive lineman you had to play against in college?
I played against a guy named Cameron Irvin from Florida State. He was the toughest.
The best quarterback had to be Jameis, right?
No doubt.
Okay, who's second best? Harder question.
Second best quarterback. Obviously, Aaron Murray, I guess.
Aaron Murray. And what about your?
I'm gonna say Connor Shaw because he could run and he hurt us a good bit.
And what about your own quarterback? How good is Deshaun Watson going to be?
We'll see. And I think he's got the potential of being one of the best quarterbacks to ever come through Clemson. So we'll see over the next couple of years.
Can you tell me something about Vic Beasley that maybe other people don't know about you? Something that we're not seeing on all the shows leading up to the draft.
I don't know, man. I like music. Probably one interesting thing.
You play the piano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. When did you learn that?
I started playing when I was 16.
Okay. So, multi-talented guy. So thanks for your time. Let's close with one thing. If I was an NFL general manager and you had to sell me on yourself to make me invest in you as a top 10 draft pick, what would you tell me? And what are you telling these GMs that you're meeting with leading up to the draft?
I would say I'm a dependable guy, and stay out of trouble, no off-the-field issues. I'm a good player, and I enjoy playing the game. I think that's one of the important things a player needs to have the love of the game. Because if you don't have a passion for it, then it feel like you're working every day.
All right, man. Well, I really hope the Falcons call your name at number 8 on Thursday, and I really appreciate your time.
Oh, yeah, no problem, sir.
So there you have it. Our first podcast is in the books, if you can really call it that. We're not yet on the iTunes store, but we should be shortly. But for now, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more upcoming interviews in the near future. And again, a huge thanks to Vic Beasley, the former Clemson Tiger, and more importantly, a Daresville Tiger, for taking the time to talk to us, especially during the biggest week of his life thus far. Also, a special thanks to the Mashed Potatoes for our lead-in music. Check them out on SoundCloud. Rise up, Atlanta.
For more NFL Draft Week coverage, go to SportingATL.com. Covering Atlanta sports from Peachtree to the Pony.